have for you today a Churchill I replay. I just picked this tank up 3 days ago, and this is like my 5th game or something. So I have nowhere near the full configuration, but I have like the 3rd best gun. It's a, let me check, 57mm gun with 110 pen and 75 damage. So relatively small amount of damage, and pen isn't too great either. But with this game and a ton of luck, I managed to pull out a rather decent result. So let's go ahead and start this replay. So you'll see that we have been put into a top tier tier 5 game, and I'm platooned up with my friend Chili Willy. And also, for some reason so far, my mods haven't been working recently, ever since the 9.12 patch came out. Yeah, 9.12. So my XVM is on and off. So for this match, it didn't have anything. But I told my platoon mate that if we carried pretty hard, then we should have no problem winning this. So at this point, I was alt-tabbing somewhere, and I didn't realize that I was hitting this rock until a couple seconds later. So we back off and then keep on going. And by the way, I am using the best engine for this tank, and as you can see, we are only doing 26 kilometers per hour. Very slow. This tank is very odd looking. You see that they put the tracks on the outside of the tank, so it's really easy to get tracked. I don't know why the British did that, but I don't know, it beats me. It's their tank design, I don't care. So we're moving up to the JK line to put some support over there, because like the north of the map has been completely occupied by our team. So it's me, this KV-1, and my platoon mate Will over on this side. T7 car gets spotted really early, and he seems to be suicide scouting. I have no idea what a tier 2 is doing in a tier 5 game, but okay. Will takes a hit from someone, maybe artillery. More shots are coming in. I tell him to pull back. And as I make my way over here, the T7 car gets obliterated by the O1 EXP. So 2 heavies have been spotted in the north with an M4 Sherman now. And a Type 95 and Churchill III are spotted in the middle of the map. So in this position where Will and I are right now, we have the ability to put shots into the side of the Churchill and Type 95. So I notion to Will to move up, and we can start putting in some shots. As you can see, this tank is ridiculously slow. I'm taking shots at the Type 95, and since I have a terrible crew for my tank, I put 2 shots. I shoot out 2 shots, but both of them miss because World of Tanks. Churchill III disappears. I do 75 damage to him. KV-1, I'm looking for some shots. Nothing. And if you look at the AB line in the top, the enemies are making a push toward our team, and I tell Will that we're going to have to go back because it's 2 tier 3 tank destroyers and 2 artillery. What are they going to do against a bunch of tier 5s? So we look over there, but they're out of render range, so we can't see those tanks. And Su-85B. And we start putting shots into him, and with this 57mm gun, we can put in shots rather quickly. That last shot was bad, but we take him out, doing 260 damage. Churchill III gets spotted again, and these shots are just bouncing off his side. With 110 pen, that is not enough, so I switched to armor-piercing composite rigid, APCR, or gold shells, and those have 180 pen, which is much better for this tank. So we start heading back because it's just me, Will on this side, and the KV-1 still alive, and we have an OI EXP in mid and an SU-26 who just got taken out. So it's just 4 against 8 tanks. I tell Will to move up. T-34 gets spotted. I put out a shot, it goes somewhere else. Put another shot, it bounces. Third shot bounces as well. Oh my goodness, this is some terrible RNG. So we start moving up. I tell Will that it's best if he and the KV-1 go and attack the T1 and T-34 over there. It'll be a lot better while I take out the KV-1. And as you see, I'm shooting this T1 Heavy that just popped up. First shot bounces and it gets taken out by the KV-1. So I make my way to the KV-1. And I kind of tunnel vision right here. I forget that the T-34 is right there. And he starts putting shots into me. That's 2 shots. One of them bounced. 3 shots. If I had just taken him out, then it would have been... Okay, so KV-1 gets spotted. I bounce on him. I start loading gold. He catches on fire, and I take him out with 1 shot. Now it's just me and the KV-1 that are left. I start shooting AP at this T-34. Bounce again. And I say, well, it's time to load gold, but never mind. So far, almost like half of my shells have bounced, which is ridiculous. But now, looking at the map, you'll see that it's just me and a KV-1 left. M4 gets spotted, and we are against an M4 KV-1, 2 artillery, and a DW2. So I'm guessing that the KV-1 is relatively good at playing this game because he's doing pretty well, 5 kills. So I put some trust in him. I don't know what he's doing in the back. He has, 48%, so that's not bad. I see the M4, I put a shot into him, it bounces. Put another one into him, it bounces. I guess that's on a weak point or something. So I load gold, and it goes in. Oh my goodness, what the heck is this? Oh my goodness, that's 3 gold shells. And finally, the 4th gold shell manages to go into him. And now look at this. 1, 2, 3, 6. That was 6 shells that managed to go in a row when I was shooting gold. If I had used AP, I don't even know what would have happened. Probably a bunch of misses. So then we bounce a high explosive shell from the artillery, which is pretty odd. It should have done some damage. But we are reduced to a very low 52 hit points. We've taken a ton of module damage, so I repair a bunch of my stuff. But now you'll see that the score has been relatively even. 2 heavies versus 1 KV-1, who was last seen at A3. And 2 artillery, who don't seem to be that great because they don't have any kills. But it's still artillery. If they hit near me or hit on me, then I'm dead. So our KV-1 is making his way over to where I am. And I'm about to ask the enemy team where the KV-1 is. This is a rather slow game because of this heavy. And the T-34 responds to my question, in your base. So at this point, I'm just thinking that the KV-1 was in the top, and he's slowly making his way to our base until like we get to their base, and then he starts capping. So then he can cap us out because we're too slow to reset. But then I see a shell fly over here, and the KV-1 is either AFK in the back, and I take him out with 1 shot. So both of us have 5 kills now, and there are 2 artillery left. So as you can see, this game is really slow, not much going on. So KV1 is taking a more right side approach to the base, and then I'm making a left side approach so that the artillery don't escape to our base, because they are definitely faster than this and the other KV1. But the Panzer IV-B gets spotted, and I quickly put shots into him. Wow, that was lucky. 3 shots and he is dead. There's not much I can do to dodge artillery because this thing has terrible movement and traverse. But I make my way to the enemy base, hopefully getting another kill to add on to my top gun that I just received. Panzer IV-B is angry. He says I would get wrecked if he uses his VK3601, but he's not, so he's just trash talking. Move up, and I'm looking for potential locations where the M41 HMC can be. He has a 105 mil gun that can easily take me out in one shot, and he gets spotted, and I start putting shots into him. He's aiming. Ooh, that was really close. Do not want to repeat that. But I take him out, 7 kills, 1,600 damage. And now let's look at the post-game results. Okay guys, so here are the post-game results. Sorry for them being in a JPEG image again, but I played this game last night and didn't have the time to make it because the lighting wasn't correct. But as you can see, I picked up the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker for doing better than 99% of the people who played this tank in the week. I got a bunch of small medals, which are usually not important. I received 24,000 credits and 1,045 base experience. I also picked up the Bruno's medal, which you get for taking at least 5 critical hits, which means that 5 of your modules get damaged, 80% of your hit points get taken out, and you need to survive the battle. So this is one of those epic medals, which is pretty amazing. I got the Top Gun, of course, because I got 7 kills. High Caliber, since I dealt more than 20% of my team's damage. And I also got the Steel Wall for blocking a ton of damage, which you saw at the end, where I was taking hits from the DW2, M4, and the artillery. So if we move on to the next slide, we'll see that I did 1,559 damage, 7 kills, and 1,045 total XP. And in the final thing, you'll see that I lost 14,000 credits because I shot 17 rounds of gold shells. Not good for me, but it helped me win the game. So with a bit of luck, you can see that I won this game and managed to pull out an impressive result. And that's all for today. So if you like this video, then subscribe for more. See ya.